Hi guys, welcome back to Zerra's channel, and today I've been thinking to share my first video about some question that I had for many months ago, and now it's even more obvious when I start playing World of Warplane. I'll explain. The question that I had in mind: do you enjoy playing, let's say, a tier 10 battleship or any ship and shooting and killing a 2-tier lower ship than you? I'm talking about, let's say, if you're a tier 7 and you're aiming and trying to delete a tier 5 ship, and same goes if you're tier 9 and you're going to aim for a tier 7 and so on. And well, I have a question. The answer, my honestly deep answer for you, it's actually no, and I explain you why. It's not any challenge whatsoever if I, let's say, play Conquer and let's say I face Amagi. Amagi, don't get me wrong, it has 10 guns, but let's say versus, shall we say, Bismarck with 8 guns. Don't get me wrong, Bismarck, it's a tough nut to crack, it has good secondary, but in general you cannot compare the firepower of any tier 10 battleship versus a tier 8 battleship. And HP pool, what does a HP pool mean? Well, I have a pretty decent HP pool, don't get me wrong. What do I have here for HP pool? I do have, with upgrade, was 69,000. Do you think that wargaming, this is the question for you, a 69,000 HP pool can compare with 97 or above 100 HP pool? Even though, listen, even though probably I would, each salvo I trade, it will be even. I mean, I receive one salvo and I dish out the same salvo, I will still be wrecked before the enemy ship. But of course that is not true. You're comparing bad firepower at tier 8. Of course she has secondary, so it's not the whole truth. But what I'm trying to say, you compare 8 turrets, 8 guns, guys, 4 turrets, 8 guns versus let's say 12, right? Where's the Conquer? Sure, it has 12 guns, but it's not just that, guys. It's bigger caliber. Each and every salvo you will do much more damage, and this is the biggest downside with this game. I honestly believe wargaming, stop the frickin' and drink some coffee instead of whatever you're drinking. And this is to sub Octavian, and this is one of the biggest development team. Do you think that we World of War ships players enjoy killing 2 tiers lower ships than us? And don't get me wrong, but you may think, oh, Zerra, but the destroyer may have a chance. I'm just saying may. I will discuss cruiser, I will discuss battleship, and to be honest with you, I'm not just, I'm from the bottom of my heart, it's not fun, any challenge whatsoever, if I'm taking this one or an aim for any tier 8 ships. Does not matter if it's a cruiser, destroyer, or a battleship. It's no any challenge, and it should not be allowed in this game. World of Warplane has only +1, -1 matchmaking. And same thing goes with the destroyer, guys. I'll explain exactly what I mean. It's very simple. You do so much ridiculous big salvos with 12 guns versus, let's say, Bismarck 8. You cannot compare. You will delete that tier 8 battleship in, let's say, 9 of 10 games. Yes. And this is the question I would like to answer. Please answer in a comment below. Is it alright, this +2 -1 matchmaking? Do you enjoy playing a tier 8 Bismarck or Tirpitz versus Yamato, Montana, Conquer, and so on? Do you think it's fair? I honestly believe it's not fair. And same thing goes, guys, with the destroyer. I'll explain you the destroyer. It's even more unfair in the destroyer. But you're stealthy, yeah, stealthy. But then even the stealth will not help you. I explain. I'll go to US tier 10 gearing. Now, this bugger has firepower. You all know that this is a DPM monster. It's close or more or less Des Moines on the destroyer level. It's daka 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 daka. But it has something else that you, my dear subscriber, kind of forget. What it's 10 torps, not something crazy. Remember, Shimakaze has 15, but there is something else that this is such a overpower. And also it should be. Don't get me wrong. It's a tier 10 for crying out loud. But I'll just give you a hint what's when she's facing another US tier 8 Benson. I explain it exactly. Well, her torpedo, it's 13.2 knots, 71 knots. When this destroyer is facing any tier 8 battleship, you are so screwed, it's not even fun, because probably they use, oh, that's a US destroyer, it has slow torps. Slow my ass, this is the best torps in this game, no doubt about. There's not, you cannot even compare with anything, not even Shima's, not nothing. This is the best range, and same thing, guys, this has no problem to delete any tier 8 cruisers and battleship, because you don't have reaction time. When this will hit, it will hit you hard, and there's very little or nothing you can do about those torps. And if you're engaging at the concealment, it's 5.9, let's say Benson Tech 3. Just explain you what I mean. I comparing a tier 10 versus a tier 8 US line, both, yeah. You were comparing 71 knots versus this pile of crap, 55 knots, 9.2 kilometers. It's slow as hell, and this is, by the way, this is speed and range. It's a mayhem for a crowd out loud. Sure, you have some good-looking DPM. I'm talking about where's the rate of fire, 3.3 seconds, and you have how many guns? 5 guns, okay, 5 guns, yeah, 3.3, yeah, it is. But what are you gonna do versus which has close to same concealment? I'm talking about versus gearing. What is my gearing? 3 seconds, but I have 6 guns, and of course I can choose whatever. Guys, I have this faster torpedo rearm, but if I will change this one to the main battery modification, I will probably kill 2 full HP Benson before I'm going down. So once again, do you think that I enjoy engaging 2 tier lower when I'm playing gearing? Nope. No, it's no challenge whatsoever. If you are still, sure, you might do some damage, don't get me wrong, a Benson can definitely defend itself, but most likely it's going down. It's going down pretty darn fast, especially if this captain has this perk, and there is main battery modification one, because then it's a DPM monster. Now let's talk about cruisers. It's even more hard to do good. Let's say I will compare tier 5 versus tier 7, and the biggest downside with the tier 5s, guys, I don't know what to say. Shall we go for, in general, it's the firepower, more HP pool a tier 7 has, but most gun and range. But now we are going actually for tier 7. Shall we go French? It's one of, let's say, yeah, you know what, we're going for the Miyoko. It's good all around, a very good tier 7, really darn good cruiser. Now, she has good guns, slow turret, reverse wind, and not bad. I'm talking about firepower. She, after all, she has 10 guns, so 10 guns for tier 7, it's bloody amazing. However, of course, you may face tier 9 cruisers with I don't know, Dmitry Donskoy's bigger caliber, no, it's actually smaller caliber guns, but what she does have when you don't have, it's two things. You know what, let's go for the bloody rune. I'll explain you exactly what I mean. So what is the reload time? 14 seconds. Oh, wargaming, have you been drinking or something? I will explain. 14 second reload, 10 guns, 203mm guns, sure. Versus tier 9 cruise. I don't have so many of them because in my opinion they are all kind of a crap. Versus what? And should I also have oh, sorry guys, it's on my just I'll put this captain back. It's a rune captain assigned to cruiser rune. 19 points captain rune. Okay, so 14 second versus 8.8 second. Sure, you only have 9 guns, but it is 8.8 seconds versus, and same thing guys, I do have 17.8 range, but the biggest downside wargaming, and this is why you have to wake up, I have heal. The Japanese Miyoko does not have any heal. I can outrange her. What I'm trying to say, I can stay at my max range. She cannot fire back. How fair is that? I have close to double salvo. I do close to 2 salvos each and every 1 salvo she doing against me. How should I say? How freaking fair is that? And even she put me on fire, the fire will not kill me because, you know, you can take the fire down using your heal and you heal up 100%. But every fire on a tier 7 cruiser will stick and burn you to death. And if it's showing you any side, you will probably even one-shot Miyoko with this stupid good AP, which can do maybe, I don't know, 16,000-17,000 damage, 1 salvo alone. So once again, how fucking fair is that? You 2 tier lower, you don't have HP pool. And by the way, let's talk about HP pool, because why the hell not? HP pool, you're comparing a tier 9 49,500 HP pool versus Miyoko, which Miyoko does not have bad HP pool, don't get me wrong, you know, but it's still not fair. It shouldn't be, because it's two tier lower, right? So what is the Miyoko's? Behold, 39,000. You know what I mean? But what makes this thing really good and very bad versus +2 matchmaking, it's the goddamn range. Your main battery range, guys, is 15.6, and that is what, you know, everyone is laughing, because come on, Dmitry Donskoy and most of the tier 9 have this module equipment that you can have plus 16% in range, but this tier 7 doesn't. So wargaming, how should I fucking compare a tier 7 with no possibly so I can return fire, so tier 9 can shoot at me but I cannot shoot back? They have options to have plus 16% final range with that stupid module, but tier 7 doesn't. And probably same thing goes the other way around when you are shooting a tier 5 cruiser, for crying out loud. That you have so much HP pool and so much firepower, you will most likely delete that tier 5 cruiser. What do you think Omaha can do versus a Miyoko? I'm just joking, I'm serious, guys. I have a very simple question. What do you think that 2 equal players, one Omaha and one Miyoko, can... I mean, seriously, that guy which is playing a Miyoko has to be completely retired to not delete that Omaha. And this should not be in the game, but more often it is. And I can go forever for all tier 8s versus tier 10. There's not even fun. I mean, when I'm playing tier 8 destroyer and I'm facing tier 10, it's actually only one destroyer. Even if I'm going down, I'm okay to face, but for crying out loud, only one destroyer of all tier 10 8 destroyer could, you know, do some work. But don't get me wrong, she has crappy detection and stuff like, and there it's the Kiev. The Kiev is the only destroyer. I don't give a damn what you are. Of course, don't get me wrong. I don't want to fight Udaloy and Kaba. That's two ships I never want to open fight because they might kill me and wreck me. Even though I have a close to 50% to do some good looking damage to the Udaloy, but it's a very special case because this thing has speed and more range than any destroyer at tier 8. Matter of fact, she has hell even better range than most of the tier 9. So she's unique because she has speed and range. She can do all right versus tier 9. And but don't get me wrong. If a smart tier 10 destroyer, and does not matter what tier 10 destroyer, can still wreck Kiev, but Kiev, if you're playing right, you never cap. You're far away behind the islands and behind the I don't know what. But in general, guys, you know why do I enjoy my tier 4 destroyers and what the hell is US line? The US line? Clemson. Example Clemson. The reason number one, guys, I enjoying the tier 4s is you have +1, -1. You're never gonna face tier 6 ships, no ships whatsoever. You're never gonna face a Farragut. You're never gonna face a Cleveland, for crying out loud. Because I still believe Cleveland at tier 6 is OP when she's top dog. However, when you face tier 7 and tier 8s, when, well, I kind of feel sorry for Cleveland, thanks to the range and thanks to everything. She's a good cruisers versus other tier 6 cruisers. The Cleveland, not so good versus +2 matchmaking. But this one, on the other hand, it has matchmaking, and I do enjoy the whole goddamn game more tier 4 because of the goddamn matchmaking. It shouldn't be so broken what it is right now, and I would very much you to type down what do you share my personal opinion about it, because I honestly believe that even in this ship, which, you know, it could have, no, it can never happen. I can never face tier 2 a destroyer. Do I? No, I don't think so. Sometimes I face tier 3, but tier 2 I never face. So now I have another question. If I would face tier 2 destroyers and any other ships for the matter, what the hell do you think they had any chance versus this monster? It's monster as is right now at tier 4. And sure, hell, I'm just saying, no destroyer at tier 4, 5, not even tier 5, I'm afraid to engage, because I know if I, let's say, know how to play this ship, I will take them down even a +1 in matchmaking, because I do know the firepower and what's her strength. But if I would face tier 2, how ridiculous an easy play for me as a top dog -2 matchmaking. What is right now going on with this pile of crap matchmaking? I have I'm so and something Orion. What do you think that this ship would do when you're gonna face, you know, tier 2 battleships? She wrecks everything, tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5, for crying out loud. She has OPHE as hell. And same thing, guys, it goes with the big sisters, the HMS Lion. What is the difference between HMS Lion, guys, and Conquer? I'll explain you what. More range, gun range, and one more freaking turret. So you have, instead of 9 guns, you have freaking 12 guns. So your salvo do much more damage. But don't get me wrong, +1, -1, it's okay. Even though, let's say if I'm playing this ship Lion, of course I am afraid of HMS Lion, the Conqueror. It has more guns, but I will, before I'm going down, I will do significant damage to her, or to honor another tier 9 or tier 10 ships, you can handle yourself, because she is, after all, in my book, one of the best tier 9 battleship in this game. +1, -1, it's not that broken different in firepower and in reload range and stuff like that. But how it's right now, basically, I know this sounds kind of weird, but a tier 8, guys, battleship, even the Monarch, give you example, yeah, it's a good example. Monarch cannot shoot back to a long range HE spammer Conquer, because does not have the range and not have the enough with firepower, you know what I mean? So it's very goddamn simple. Change the stupid matchmaking so we can have more fun. I still honestly believe that it's more fun in World of War planes and World of War tanks. It's because of the matchmaking is different. The matchmaking is different. Sometimes in World of Tanks you can face all the same tier. I'm not saying it will be fun that we, you know, let's say tier 9 all faces tier 9. I'm not saying that. But come on, guys, +1, -1, it should be pretty darn alright. It's not completely broken that, hey, listen, I have heal, you don't. I shoot you, you cannot shoot me because you don't have range. How fair is that? I'm talking about for cruisers, you know. And I still believe, and this is the biggest issue with this game, Zerra channel do not enjoying shooting and deleting other -2 ships, whatever I'm playing, because that is not challenge, it's not fun. For me, a challenge it's that, you know, I have to really kick some ass to win, and you know, not to extremely, and I mean extremely easy, because I was showing you with the torpedoes and the stealth and the health pool and everything, it's such a big difference, guys, so it's not even fun to compare. It's hard. Very few ships in this game, they don't give a damn if they are facing +2 matchmaking and you're underdog. That's the thing. The very few ships can do well. Don't get me wrong, sure you can, of some strange reason, if the enemy are completely potato, but I'm talking about 1 versus 1. Let's say Bismarck versus Conqueror, full HP versus full HP. What the hell chance you have? You know what I mean? This is the boss. Because I honestly believe there are some players that, okay, now I'm a top dog HMS Lion. Oh, there's a tier 7 battleship. How about let's nuke him and nuke him fast? You are feeling overpowered, and even if you listen to me, even if you take 1 or 2 hit, you have so much HP pool and you have such a good range, you don't give a damn about the other poor -2 ship are trying to do his best to survive, and probably does not have speed, for crying out loud, because at tier 7 some US ships, they are so slow versus you, let's say if you have a Missouri or Montana or yeah, Iowa, that you can easily sail away, but they can't because they are too slow. So, you know, in everything, I'm talking about range, HP pool, the big caliber guns, more often you have bigger guns than the previous one, and so on. And the same things, guys. I mean, I honestly believe that you are on my side with this issue. I still believe that this game could be improved and much better if the matchmaking were only +1, -1. That's all I like to say for now. Please subscribe to my channel, and always, captains, fair seas and goodbye.